Hello everyone, this is Professor Razia Sultana Sanadi, Assistant Professor at SGBIT Belgavi. Today we'll be studying Construction Quality, Safety and Human Values, which is Module 3 of Construction Management and Entrepreneurship subject. So, construction quality, safety and human values are individual departments with their own standards in any organization. So, quality management is a different department, safety management is a different department, and human values is a different department. So, to begin with, construction quality, quality not only impacts aesthetics, appearance, durability, but it also impacts performance. Poor performance can lead to failures in everything, from an improperly installed section of roof flashing resulting in a leak to the deflection of a structural steel beam resulting in a roof collapse. There is no question that failures due to poor quality costs money and time, but in some instances, poor quality can even cost lives or serious injury. The characteristic of a good quality management plan and a good safety management plan are quite similar, although each is defined by distinct concepts and specific mechanisms of control, which it makes sense to administer quality and safety plans as one integrated management function. Good contractors stake their reputation on quality and safety. So, successful construction managers or site engineers are well aware of what they must do to achieve quality results and maintain high safety performances. So, they are required to insist upon good quality plans and specifications whenever possible, provide experienced and adequate supervision on all jobs, provide thorough and adequate inspections, make sure that all the workers are qualified and to do the job they are hired to do, and they should never accept inferior works. However, sometimes even these are not enough. Although the project manager and superintendent are accountable for developing and implementing the quality and safety plans on the job, they must have support and participation from the field. So, quality and safety are ultimately achieved at the labor force level. Employees and subcontractors alike must embrace the plans and be encouraged in and recognized for their efforts to produce high quality works and a safe working environment. So, and when it sends a loud message not only to other workers on the job but also to the project owner and the public at large. This is the goal of the construction manager. The quality management system in construction industry refers to quality planning, quality assurance, and quality control. The main goal of construction industry is to ensure that the construction projects are successfully completed with best quality standards and with economy and minimum possible cost. So, high quality on the job site or any place else does not just happen automatically. There must be an intention about it. In other words, quality happens on purpose. Quality should be inbuilt in an engineer, not only in an engineer but everyone working for the construction project, right from the owner to the laborer. The construction manager, site engineer must have a quality management plan in place long before the first shovel of dirt is turned on the job. Achieving high quality in construction requires a comprehensive, systematic approach that looks at every detail involved with moving the project from an idea on paper to the final product, a building, a bridge, or a highway. As the construction projects are unique, so the quality management plans are also different. Now, what is the definition of quality? Quality, the term quality implies that a product or deliverable is fit for the intended purpose. So it also implies the absence of defects, which is why people often associate the term quality and defect together. So fundamentally, quality quality plan focus on three primary objectives. First one is doing things right at the first time, preventing things from going wrong, continually improving the process. First one, doing things right at the first time. So the first goal of the quality management plan is to get the things done right the first time itself. Getting it right in construction doesn't always mean getting it perfect. For example, it is rare to find a concrete floor slab that is perfectly level, but it is commonly expected that a floor slab be level or flat within certain tolerances. This is not perfect, but it is a common standard of quality expected in the industry. However, before focus on doing things right, the project team must first focus what the quality standards are and the best way to achieve them. Workers can't do the job right the first time if they don't have the proper skills, the necessary level of experience, adequate supervision, and the tools and equipments needed to perform the task. So in most of the cases, the supervisor is responsible for seeing to it that the workforce is prepared and motivated to complete the task at hand. This is just one more reason why supervisors are such a valuable asset to the company. Next point is preventing things from going wrong. Preventing things from going wrong, meeting this objective requires a high sense of awareness, adequate preparations, and a clear communication. To prevent things from going wrong, the team must stay one step ahead of the work in terms of oversight and supervision. A preparatory inspection is one of the best ways to avoid misuse and rework that can disrupt the schedule and negatively impact the budget. This job must be the responsibility of the entire project team, not just the supervisor or the engineer in charge. Next point is continually improving the process, the third goal of the quality management plan. So this goal means that the systems and the support work, whatever is going on, has to be continuously improved. The concept of continuous improvement is grounded in the work of Edward Deming and is commonly known as total quality management, that is nothing but TQM. His theories suggested that no matter how good your product, process or performance is, it can always and forever be enhanced. There is always a scope for improvement. The key is to approach quality as a never-ending incremental continuous improvement process. The aim of quality control is to ensure the production of items for their intended use with the defects and variations from their prescribed standards within limits prescribed. So that means quality control also aims to avoid wastages of time, materials and money by highlighting the point at which a production process is becoming defective. The major items of the project over which quality control is to be exercised are controls to be achieved before the start of the project, controls during the construction, then the controls during the construction and execution. So controls before the start of the project means verification of the bearing capacity of the soil or verification of the designs, verification of the quality of the materials. Then the control during the construction means during the execution, whether the execution is going on according to the specifications or no, preparing the test cubes for strength of concrete and getting them tested on due dates. Then next may be the testing of other materials incorporated in the work as per the ISI standards. Then testing of equipment supplied by the firm, initial workshop inspection and the trial run of the equipment. Next is processes of project quality management. Project quality management consists of three processes. First one is the quality planning, quality assurance, and quality control. Quality planning is nothing but planning in advance what are the quality standards to be achieved. Quality planning guides future quality activities. So it sets the requirements and standards to be met and the actions necessary to meet them. Next is quality assurance. After quality planning, quality assurance performs the planned quality activities and ensures that the project utilizes the processes necessary to meet the quality standards and the end item requirements. Quality control is after quality planning and quality assurance. Quality control is necessary to see that to control and monitor all the activities of the project to see whether they are running according to the quality standards. So quality control ensures that the quality assurance activities are performed according to quality plans and that the requirements and standards are being met. Quality planning in a broader sense. Quality planning should provide confidence that everything necessary to ensure quality has been thought through. So it basically has two aspects. First one is establishing project quality management procedures and policies for the entire organization. Next is establishing a quality plan as a part of the project master plan for each project. So projects often employ quality standards that already exist in the organization, such as the ISO 9001 standard in a quality management system. The quality plan for construction project is part of the overall project documentation, which will consist of well-defined specification for all the materials, products, components and equipments to be used to construct the facility. It will have detailed construction drawings, detailed work procedures, details of the quality standards and codes to be compiled, then the cost of the project, manpower and the other resources to be used for the project completion schedule. Next is quality assurance. Project quality assurance relates to the execution of the project quality management plan. Once the quality management plan has been prepared, there should be some body that will assure that the activities of the construction project are going on according to the quality management plan prepared. So it reduces the risk related to not meeting the desired features or performance requirements of deliverables. Quality assurance covers activities performed in a specific project to ensure that requirements are being met and that the project is being executed according to the quality plan. Next is activities that contribute to the continuous improvement of current and future projects. According to ISO, quality assurance is defined as a set of activities whose purpose is to demonstrate that an entity, for example, a product, process, person, department, or organization, meets all the quality requirements. Quality assurance takes a long-range view towards developing systems that produce high-quality work consistently over time. To be effective, a good quality assurance plan must influence every aspect of the company, from the management to the field. The concept implies that if the proper procedures, policies, and systems are institutionalized throughout the organization, upfront and outcome at the project level will be much more reliable. Project organizations that strive to continuously improve their technical operations and managerial process conduct a formal closeout or post-completion review for every project. The review happens upon completion of the project or upon completion of each phase of the project. Its purpose is to understand what happened and to learn the lessons that can be applied to other projects to avoid repeating mistakes. The reviews enable the organization to improve its technical processes and project management. With respect to construction industry, quality assurance activities include all those planned and systematic administrative and surveillance functions initiated by the project owner or regulatory agents to enforce and certify with adequate confidence compliance with established project quality standards to ensure that the completed structure or each component will fulfill the desired purpose efficiently, effectively, and economically. Quality assurance covers establishing the procedure for defining, developing, and establishing quality standards in design, construction, and occasionally the operational stages of the structure or its components. Next is establishing the procedure to be used to monitor, test, inspect, measure, and perform current and review activities to assure compliance with established quality standards with regard to construction materials, methods, and personnel. Defining the administrative procedure and requirements, organizational relationships and responsibilities, communications and information patterns, and other management activities required to execute, document, and assure attainment of the established quality standards. Next, quality assurance hiring practices. So the ways some construction companies practice can affect the quality for better or worse. So those practices are, first one is the hiring practices. Hiring or recruitment. The quality of the hire will obviously affect the quality output on the job site. So finding people who have been trained properly in their respective trade or specialization is at the core of any quality assurance program. For people who were trained to do things the right way and had a good attitude to go along with it. Unfortunately, when workloads become very heavy, there is a tendency to hire just about anybody who knows anything about construction. This is always a mistake and the quality will suffer. However, it is found that setting high quality standards help the company retain a high percentage of employees for longer period of time. Most construction workers take great pride in their work and seek out job environments that promote high quality and safe practices. Next practice is training programs. A commitment to quality requires a commitment to training. Quality assurance equates to a quality training program. Employees must be trained consistently in the technical skills and techniques needed to perform the work, as well as in the policies, procedures, and methods of quality control to be implemented on the job site. Next is safety. Safety must always be part of the quality assurance plan. Establishing strict rules and regulations regarding safety procedures and practices is a must. So these rules and regulations must apply to all aspects of the construction work: equipment use, material handling and storage, hazardous materials, communications, substance abuse policies, accident prevention, personal protective equipment requirements, etc. This is one part of the overall quality assurance program that cannot be compromised no matter what the condition of the market or the pace of the project is. Next one is the procurement methods. There are hundreds, thousands of materials and equipments that are required on the construction site. So we cannot afford to deal with companies that are not able to meet our demands for quality and also on-time delivery. Poor performance by vendors can really sabotage job and commitment to quality. Implementing a vendor pre-qualification system as a part of quality assurance program is one way to increase the odds of receiving top quality services when it comes to material and equipment procurement. Next is employee incentives. So it is important for management to send clear message about its commitment to quality. One of the best ways to do that is to create incentives and recognition awards as part of the quality assurance program. Recognizing and rewarding exceptional performance relative to quality and safety by individual employees or project teams, subcontractors, and vendors is one way to do just that. Rewards may or may not be monetary. Many contractors have found that public recognitions with an award plaque or weekend getaways, fishing trips, fancy dinners with spouse, all work pretty well as incentives for high quality performances. Next is quality control. Quality control addresses quality at the project level and is implemented on the job site. Quality control is the ongoing process of monitoring and appraising work and taking corrective action so as to achieve the planned quality outcomes. The process also verifies that quality assurance activities are being performed according to the quality plan and that project requirements and specifications are being met. All of the materials, systems and workmanship applied to the project must conform to the requirements set forth in the contract document. Quality control is accomplished using a number of different mechanisms: submittals, mock-ups, shop drawings, inspections and testing, which are all called for in the project manual. According to ISO, quality control is defined as a set of activities or techniques whose purpose is to ensure that all quality requirements are being met. Quality control refers to verifying adherence to specifications and standards previously set. Scope verification also includes verifying acceptability of those specifications and standards. Control activities include both planned quality control activities and ad hoc problem solving. Planned activities include site inspections on a construction project, tests on a product component, or an audit of a supplier to ensure that it is using correct materials. Ad hoc problem solving refers to handling problems and risks as they emerge. Quality assurance is a construction management process, while quality control is a sampling or inspection process. The focus in quality assurance is on defect prevention, while the focus in quality control is on defect detection once the item is constructed. In fact, it can be said that quality control is an element of a quality assurance program. With respect to construction industry, quality control is administered by the contractors or by the specialist consultants such as consulting engineers or testing laboratories. Construction quality control needs performing inspection, test, measurement and documentation necessary to check, verify and correct the quality of construction materials and methods. Primary objective of construction quality control is to produce a safe, reliable, durable structure so that the owner gets the best value for his investment. Three major quality control methods commonly used on the construction project are inspection, testing, and sampling. Next is cost of quality in construction or quality of construction. Quality of construction is defined as scope of work, time, and budget. These three factors are interrelated. First one is scope of work. Cost of quality refers to the total cost incurred during the entire life cycle of construction project in preventing non-conformance to owner requirements. There are certain hidden costs that may not directly affect the overall cost of the project. However, it may cost the consultant designer to complete the design within the stipulated schedule to meet owner's requirements and conformance to all the regulatory codes standards, and for the contractor to construct the project within the stipulated schedule, meeting all the contract requirements. Or now rejection or non-approval of executed or the installed works by the supervisor due to non-compliance with specifications will cause the contractor loss in terms of material, manpower and time. Now the contractor shall have to rework or rectify the work, which will again cause him extra resources and extra money. This may disturb the contractor's work schedule and affect execution of other activities. The contractor has to emphasize the zero defect policy, as I told earlier while discussing the fundamentals of quality management plan, particularly for concrete works. Zero defect policy has to be focused for especially the concrete works, because toward the rejection of works, the contractor has to take certain measures. The measures like execution of works as per approved shop drawings using approved material, following approved method of statement or manufacturer's recommended method of installation, conduct continuous inspection during construction installation process, employ properly trained workforce, and maintain good workmanship. Next is identify and correct deficiencies before submitting the checklist for inspection and approval of work. Coordinate requirements of other trades. For example, if any opening is required in the concrete beam for crossing of service pipes. Next is time. Next is time. Timely completion of a project is one of the objectives to be achieved. To avoid delay, proper planning and scheduling of the construction activities is necessary. Since the construction projects have the involvement of many participants, it is essential that the requirements of all the participants are fully coordinated. This will ensure execution of activities as planned, resulting in timely completion of the project. Next important part is the budget. Normally, the construction budget is fixed at the inception of the project. So it is very important to avoid variations during the construction process, as it may take time to get approval of an additional budget, resulting in time extension to the project. Since quality is always related to value for the money spent, quality planning should consider the cost and benefits of quality activities. A cost-benefit analysis is performed to evaluate and justify proposed quality activities and to compare the cost of quality assurance and control activities with the savings or benefits from the fewer or eliminated non-conformities owing to those activities. Money spent on quality assurance and control should be justified in terms of reduced risk of not meeting the requirements. Cost of quality can be classified as prevention, appraisal and control costs, and internal failure and external failure cost. Prevention in terms of preventing cost of training, design reviews, and any activities aimed at preventing errors that include cost of quality planning. Appraisal and control, cost of evaluating products and processes, including product reviews, audits, tests, and inspections. Next is internal failure, which is cost associated with non-conformities discovered by the producers, includes cost for scrap, rework, and retest. External failures include cost incurred as a result of product failures after delivery to the customers, includes cost of replacements, warranty repairs, liability, lost sales, and damaged reputations. Next is total quality management. Total Quality Management Plan or Total Quality Management TQM is an enhancement to the traditional way of doing the business. Total Quality Management says that there is always a scope for improvement. Continuous improvement is nothing but total quality management. So it is a proven technique to guarantee survival in the world-class competition. Only by changing the actions of management will the culture and actions of an entire organization be transformed. TQM is for the most part of common sense. Analyzing the three words, we have total means makeup of the whole. Quality, degree of excellence a product or service provides. Management is act, art, or manner of handling, controlling, directing. Therefore, TQM is the art of managing the whole to achieve excellence. TQM is defined as both a philosophy and a set of guiding principles that represent the foundation of a continuously improving organization. It is the application of quantitative methods and the human resources to improve all the processes within an organization and exceed customer needs now and in the future. TQM integrates fundamental management techniques, existing improvement efforts, and the technical tools under a disciplined approach. TQM includes all activities like quality planning, quality operation, and systematic evaluation. For attaining TQM in the organization, a total commitment and participation of all the members who are in the organization is essential. The responsibility for quality management should belong to top management of the organization. Total quality management is accomplished through an integrated effort among all levels in the company to increase customer satisfaction by continuously improving their performances. TQM is a management-led approach applicable in all operations of a company, and the responsibility of ensuring quality is collective. The philosophy of TQM is one of the prevention rather than defect detection. According to Feng and Chiu 2004, TQM is a way of thinking about goals, organization processes, and people to ensure that the right things are done right at the first time. It is an approach to improving the competitiveness and effectiveness and flexibility of the whole organization. The essential elements of TQM are management commitment and leadership, training, teamwork, statistical methods, cost of quality, supplier involvement. Next is the principles of TQM. First principle of TQM is primary responsibility for product quality tests with top management. The responsibility for the testing the quality products lies with the top management. Next is quality should be customer focused and evaluated using customer based standards. The views or the requirements of the customers should be the priority of the organization. The production process and work methods must be designed consciously to achieve quality conformance. After deciding the quality standards, the schedule should be prepared in such a way that the planned quality standards could be achieved. Next is every employee is responsible for achieving good product quality. So after the management plan has been set, during the execution, it is the responsibility of every employee to see that the standards or the quality standards are achieved. Quality cannot be inspected into a product, so make it right the first time. Otherwise, it will cost extra materials, extra time, and extra money. Quality must be monitored to identify problems quickly and correct quality problems immediately. Monitoring and controlling is required so that the defects can be identified and rectified. The organizations must strive for continuous improvement, since there is always a scope for continuous improvement. Companies must work with and extend TQM programs to their suppliers to ensure quality inputs. So after achieving this or following TQM, TQM helps in achieving customer satisfaction, continuous improvement, developing teamwork, establishing vision for the employees, setting standards and goals for the employees, building motivation within the organization, and developing corporate culture. Now, culture changes that are required to meet TQM are from inspection orientation to defect prevention, from meeting the specifications to continuous improvement, get the product out, customers' satisfaction, from the individual input to cooperative efforts. These are some of the cultural changes required to meet TQM. So, total quality management in construction industry. Construction projects being unique. Total quality management in construction industry. Construction projects are unique and non-repetitive in nature. So they need specific attention to maintain the quality. Each project has to be designed and built to serve a specific need. TQM in construction projects typically involves ensuring compliance with minimum standards of material and workmanship in order to ensure the performance of the facility according to the design. TQM is a construction project is a cooperative form of doing the business that relies on the talents and capabilities of both labor and management to continuously improve quality. The important factor in construction project is to complete the facility per the scope of works to customer owner's satisfaction within the budget and to complete the work within the specified schedule to meet the owner's defined purpose. It is believed that adoption of TQM by construction companies will result in higher customer satisfaction, better quality of products, and higher market share. However, adoption of TQM requires a complete turnaround in the corporate culture and management approach as compared to the traditional way of top management giving orders and employees merely obeying those. Next is Introduction to ISO 9000. ISO International Organization for Standardization. ISO, that is International Organization for Standardization, it is a worldwide federation of national standard bodies from each country. The object of ISO is to promote the development of standardization and related activities in the world with a view to facilitating international exchange of goods and services and to developing cooperations in the spheres of intellectual, scientific, technological, and economic activity. The results of ISO technical work are published as international standards. ISO is the International Organization for Standardization. It is located in Switzerland and was established in 1947 to develop common international standards in many areas. Its members come from over 150 national standards. ISO has published more than 16,500 international standards ranging from standards for activities such as agriculture and construction through mechanical engineering to medical devices to the newest information technology developments. ISO 9000 is sweeping the world. It is rapidly becoming the most important quality standard. Thousands of companies in over 100 countries have already adopted it. Now, ISO 9000 applies to all types of organizations. It doesn't matter what size they are or what they do. It can help both the product and the service-oriented organization achieve standards of quality that are recognized and respected throughout the world. The term ISO refers to a set of 3 standards. First one is ISO 9000, 9001 and 9004. All 3 are referred to as the quality management system standards. ISO purpose is to facilitate international trade by providing a single set of standards that people everywhere would recognize and respect. So the principles of ISO are there are basically 8 principles. First principle is customer focus, resulting in meeting customers' requirements and striving to exceed them. Next focus is leadership, or next principle is leadership, aiming to create an internal environment in which people are fully involved. Involvement of people who are essence of an organization. Process approach, resulting in improved efficiency to obtain desired results. System approach to management, leading to improved effectiveness and efficiency. Continual improvement, which becomes a permanent objective of the organization, or TQM. Factual approach to decision making, relying on the facts or analysis of data and information. Mutually beneficial supplier relationship based on the understanding of their interdependence. Next is how to implement ISO 9000. There are procedures how to implement ISO certification. First step is to select an appropriate quality system model. Next is to conduct within an organization to conduct a status review against the standard. Then developing quality system as per the standard, implementing the quality system in line with the standard in their all the activities of the organization, then applying for registration with certification body, then get the quality system verified and certified by a recognized certification body. Now, after implementation, what are the benefits of ISO 9000? First one is there will be customer satisfaction and confidence by the customers in the organization's products or services. There will be confidence within the organization uh, with each of the employee of the organization. There will be improvement in the staff performance, efficiency and effectiveness of the products or services will be achieved. Improved quality and higher productivity. There will be high profits, consistency of products or service and the quality of the service. There will be an access to the global market. Organizations become system dependent and not people dependent. Organizations get benefit of listing in public directories of registered companies all over the world, establishes procedures at all the stages for consistent quality and continuous improvement and cost reduction. There will be continuous improvement in the organizational processes. Next, the benefits of implementing ISO 9000 in construction management. Again, similarly, like I told in the previous slide, there will be customer or regulatory compliance, gain a competitive advantage, improve operational efficiency, and credible signal of quality to current and potential clients. Next is BIS standard or benefits of BIS certification of quality systems. They are also same. The first one is the conformance to the quality specifications as documented by organization, ensure corrective actions, early detection, defect rates decreased and reduce cost, helps in training, increase in market share, better management control and reporting, consistent quality. That is all about construction quality. If any doubts, thank you.